how's it going, everybody? Fervid2 here, and welcome back to Genshin Impact for, well, the Lantern Rite event for the last story quest we have received a couple of days ago, but I didn't get to do. So I'm just doing this recording real quick to get to this story real quick. Also, as you can see,
if you are presently unoccupied, perhaps
I've already gotten most of my characters already, and it's such a great deal. Now, unfortunately for me, I could not record any of the other event stories because one thing led to another. At the beginning of the first mission, I forgot to unmute to turn up the dialogue volume so you could not hear anything. Plus, I kind of forgotten to record the other two story quests. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I'll let this cutscene unfold.
Chi-Chi, we're almost there! Okay. Come here, allow me. The Lantern Rite is as festive as ever!
Huh? What's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that? Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Oh
my gosh!
Mommy, I want a big kite like that too!
Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful!
Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite.
and we're back to the present. That's how it got far here. That's pretty much how it's self-explanatory. Oh, look at that. Ducks swimming in Cheyun Village.
The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired.
Also, I didn't get to record any of the Cheyun Vale's story quests, so I apologize for that.
Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit!
What?
Huh? Did you hear that?
I'm pretty sure every single living being heard that from all the way to the mountains.
Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes!
Sounds like Navia, didn't it? Well, who tell?
Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds really familiar.
It really does.
Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Yeah, let's go see what's up. As is far. Oh. I forgot I had myself on mute. I knew it!
What are they doing here?
I knew it was Navia.
Navia, Corinne!
And Clorinde? Are they on a date?
Ah,
Please tell me.
well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
I mean,
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch
Why
the
is it raining?
festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
yeah.
Happy Lantern Rite.
And to you.
Happy Lantern Rite to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain?
I'm thinking Navia being Navia.
And that voice we heard, that was you, right now?
I already guessed that.
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
Who else would yell on top of the mountain, screaming at the top of their lungs? Also, those stockings are ridiculously
That
tight.
or your voice is just really loud.
That too.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed.
She boss.
I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point.
Mhm.
Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, I think they just wanted to shout.
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps. But the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed.
They just wanted to yell.
That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
I get it. When someone climbs a very tall mountain, when you make it all the way to the point of the top of a mountain, I think anyone would try release any of those emotions. Like if you climb up of a canyon, mountain climbers do, or canyon climbers, and you climbed all the way, yeah, I think anyone would do it. I see. So it's not what you were shouting that matters, but the act of shouting itself.
Exactly. You get me, partner.
Oh, I get you.
I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty
Please.
good way to relieve stress.
Please, why can't you, Clorin, be a playable character?
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Huh?
Ooh.
Anyway,
She's
why
embarrassed?
don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
And I prefer to keep things bottled up.
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Who? Who?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In
Is-
Cheyun Village?
Is everyone from Fontaine in a freaking trip?
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out.
That almost sounds like, Farina.
And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
That reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well.
I mean, if you guys have already checked out the point of muskets and roses, life of a director, movie director, or Fontainian film director, is quite the hard one, and she has 500 years of acting and stress to release.
She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Damn it, Paimon. But I get your point. Was she alone?
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well,
Huh?
but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
Wait, you led this here as well?
What? Nervalet was here too?
So many people from Fontaine, apparently.
What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
Nah, if you know Nouvelet, he's a stickler for sticking to his table job.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
I can only imagine that he just only came here to drink the spring water of Cheyun Vale. And only the spring water.
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Huh.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
Why do I have a bad feeling something about tea just makes me concerned?
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
Yeah, you just wanted to hang out with your girlfriend. Okay.
You Fontainians and your tea drinking.
Especially Wriothesley.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Wriothesley, and now I have to buy him something.
Told you. I knew it had to concern Wriothesley. He seems like a fitting gift.
It was just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet.
What's the bet?
Wriothesley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
Really?
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Nervalet even mentioned it earlier.
Songlo tea. Buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh god. Please don't tell me he fell for that. I knew if I would have recorded the other freaking event story where a cloud retainer or CNU had actually fell for the marketing trap about the buy 10 get half off. That was the funniest thing I've seen.
didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Oh, please. I know that Navia's smart enough to not do it.
Please. Do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
No.
Ah, that reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Oh, that's right. Who tell?
Wait, who
A
thou?
few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Cheyun Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
No, it's only been 12, almost 13 minutes of recording, and it's no harm done, partner.
That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
Yeah.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Yes, please.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Cheyun Village later.
Alright, sounds reasonable to me.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later.
Yeah, don't let us interrupt your date, you two. Okay. Any additional dialogue?
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain? Name your price.
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
I'm just curious is all. I have a feeling you'll say something amazing.
I will pass. I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Cheyun Village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea?
Dim sum.
That's right, dim sum! Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day.
Afternoon tea might be more appropriate at this point.
Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks. Now, let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
It's Sean Lee, and judging based on the head, I say so, and the color.
Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Cheyun Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients.
I'm guessing the latter, but want to make a bet, Paimon?
Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Meropide. But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji.
Why is it gotta be always with food for you, Paimon? But it sounds fun.
Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame.
Since he's a 1,000-year-old dragon. Since he's a dragon, or I don't know, ancient or very old, and again, the oldest of the archons. I say, yeah, he's pretty much history.
It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Then I vote for Hustler. Hustler. I've seen the animation. I've seen the animation of the fan animation where Hu Tao is trying to give coupons for her business at the funeral parlor. Literally, free size measuring, 30% off. I'm guessing I'm gonna be right this time.
All right, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh my gosh, she is adorable. Achiga!
Zhongli and Farina!
I forgot that when I hear in my headphones, it's louder. Damn it, Paimon, it hurts my ears.
Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
I haven't even got you in my roster, neither you or Farina.
That we were able to meet you both
Or the
without
three of you.
prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Alright, GeoDaddy.
Huh? Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
I have keenly felt the passage of time since our last meeting. So many chums all in one place.
Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli.
Yeah, he was quite fun to hang around with until Mora got involved.
I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over Teyvat, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
And happy Lantern Rite to you.
It appears you have been to Fontaine, then. Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
That's quite high praise.
I could tell you guys, whenever Farina's character was out, I tried so hard to pull Farina, and I still haven't gotten her.
What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli.
You know, you have no idea how bad I wanted her to be in my roster list.
Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine. Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Oh, does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
You may not have heard friends, but...
Miss Hu Tao.
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients. Yup.
Oh, was I right? Did you hear that, Paimon? She's Hu Tao's esteemed client.
Okay, you win. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
Wait, did I hear that? There's some change in her shoes.
What's this about winning something?
Is that why you're tired of floating all the time, Paimon? Because you had more weighing down on your shoes?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
You see how she just points at Paimon? At first it was my idea, but I was playing. It was Paimon's idea. I like it when she points at Paimon like it's all her fault every time. I never pass up a chance to bully Paimon. That's funny.
Oh, we just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Farina.
Yeah, well, you know me.
That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Really?
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
So, it was a tie.
Ha! You see? Paimon was right too. Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
Fine, keep your secret stashed in. It probably just smells.
Hey, don't be upset, traveler. How
I'm
about
not.
this? You buy Paimonable, and Paimon will also buy you a bowl.
Deal.
As for the third bowl...
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
I'll buy you a bowl anytime you want.
I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Why?
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Something happen recently, Farina?
Oh, I almost forgot. If you're hanging out with Hu Tao, that's pretty much what we're guessing at. Oh, did she lose anybody?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Really? Oh no.
Who passed away?
Paimon
no
is
one.
so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all... Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral?
Honestly, a bit.
Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film.
Oh.
Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now.
Oh?
Anyway, that's not the point.
No take backsies. We heard that.
Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
Or you might even call it a breath of fresh air. Why? Air or. I cannot say that.
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense.
Ah,
So,
okay.
did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
I mean, Hu Tao is literally the epitome, or at least the main source of horror. You get.
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
It was Neuvillette, wasn't it?
What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
And we met with Navi. I'm sure he'd spilled the beans. Yeah, you tell everyone about your encounter with Navi and Clorin at the top of the mountain. One look at the pitiful expression on Farina's face is enough to convince you to leave out the part about the shouting.
Huh. Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
Wait, you got lost?
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
For him, though, swimming would probably be the fastest route of them all, since his past have literally allows him to swim underwater really fast.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Huta?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction.
She's the guide for the dead. We all know.
But speaking of your friend,
What about him?
he doesn't get out much, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Ah, no wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
Was he really on vacation?
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm I'm pretty sure he's the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Something just clicked on me. He's a dragon. Nouvelette is a dragon. What would happen if they actually met?
Is that so?
Look at this. See that face right there? Judging by how Zhongli is acting, and taking into consideration Nouvelette's true identity, could Zhongli have been avoiding him on purpose? Is there really bad blood between dragons in this game?
Hmm?
Oh, I see. It is what it is. It's truly a pity.
To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
He was...
That's right. She's got more friends than she knows what to do with.
I have a certain charm about me.
Well, that's certainly true.
Oh, was she enamored by my charm?
Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Nouvelette into loosening up a bit.
Yeah.
Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time.
How long has he been cooped up in that office of his?
Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
Why doesn't your mouth move every time you speak here? Or anyone, really?
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
He's the fair and impartial Eudex of Fontaine, head of the highest court in the land, otherwise known as the demon who controls all the paperwork at Fontaine.
I've never heard of a demon that boring before.
He's the demon lord of paper work.
In my
sorry.
experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old.
Oh, she already knows?
You're quite right, Miss Hutao.
Oh?
Wait! I just saw a glimpse before I saw. Navia and Chlorine were behind them.
Traveler, Miss
Yeah.
Farina.
They just got here.
Those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand.
Yeah.
Hey, over here!
Okay.
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
No problem.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Wow.
So polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine. Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
Everyone circles around you and begins to introduce themselves. Hutao's eyes light up when she hears about Chlorine's profession. But a quick explanation from Farina and Navia seems to dispel some of her more misguided ideas. Probably still embarrassed about the shouting.
It's getting late. If we
Yeah.
want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina,
Oh, yes?
when are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
Oh, almost forgot that she quit being the Archon.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
Yeah.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Yeah, Farina, me and Paimon are not the only friends you got from Farina. You got these two. They're your best besties.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Oh god, oh dear god, she's about to tell stories again.
8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye.
She's very good at telling these stories.
But if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams. Ooh.
My dear ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
She's easily startled.
Of course.
Farina.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character.
She's so adorable.
By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me.
You
I
played a
prefer
role.
how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
Yeah, let her cook and explore.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Cheyun Village is an exemplary choice.
Have we all had a good time?
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Yeah, you didn't bring home any souvenirs?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Clorand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sijwin.
Aw, that's sweet.
Clorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Yeah, I can already tell you, you are shining of shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
Me?
How about you,
Well,
Frida?
I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that.
But how are you carrying all that stuff?
They should all be things I can use, I think.
So you fell for a few marketing traps then.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot that Lenny had those.
Oh, actually.
You all gave them to Noodlette, didn't you?
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
I knew it.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
Dragon jokes. Dragon jokes. We're going there, Paimon?
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon.
And nobody but Farida knows his true identity. Jean-Lim might have guessed his identity already.
Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us.
He's a true gentleman.
I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
Oh, great. Knowing personality like you just hand him a lot of stuff and allowing him to carry all that.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the fortress of Maripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
I can imagine a Neuvillette just walking casually with 10 bags on each hand. Total of 20 bags or anything.
See, even Clorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him.
Oh, you dissing Jean-Lim now?
Right, Zhongli?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Clorand said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Maripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette.
Oh, that reminds me. A new year of work is about to begin. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. You barely said anything other than, "Is that so?" and "Indeed." If you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis. You're getting to be around that age after all.
1,000-year-old dragon in the middle of a midlife crisis.
Is that so?
Indeed.
Ugh.
I jest. Given its distance from the city, Cheyun Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to have developed a proclivity for inactivity. I apologize for making you worry.
I see. What do you think, Traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
Out of mind, out of sight. Different worlds should not collide.
Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Indeed.
Indeed. Alright.
But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Oh.
Well, everyone, make sure that you've got all your belongings with you before we leave. If there's any souvenirs anyone still wants to buy, the time is now.
Reliable as ever, Miss President.
What is that supposed to mean?
Clorand is right, though. You really are reliable.
It's not what she's saying, it's the way she's saying it.
I will say, I never thought you'd be so easygoing outside of work, Clorand. The tone of voice you use when you're working doesn't exactly make you seem like the type who enjoys interacting with people.
Well, I try to keep my professional and private life separate. That includes my behavior.
You take care now, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, don't worry. Your partner is very strong.
Trying to act cool now, are we? Well, I guess it's not an act for you, is it?
Nah.
You are indeed quite strong.
Thank you.
It's been great talking to you all. I'm really glad I decided to come to Cheyun Village. Maybe we could go on another trip together sometime?
Beach episode. Alright. Well, it's time to head to Fontaine.
Look, it's Neuvillette. We lucked out.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Cheyun Village for half a day?
Exactly.
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Cheyun Village.
We explain everything.
I see. Thank you for informing me.
So, did you deliver the gifts?
Yes, They have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Clorand. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
Why did you say it like that?
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
Oh no. Please. Please don't tell me.
About that.
Let me guess. You bought 10 of them, didn't you?
Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
He definitely did buy the 10 boxes, didn't he?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
My God, I knew it. First, it was a. I fucking knew it. I freaking knew it. Oh dear God, you fell for that too. First, it was Cloud Retainer, then you. Holy hell! Can very ancient beings like an Adeptus or a Dragon can easily be swayed by 10 boxes get half off? Really?
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
I'm sorry if I laugh. That just seems hilarious to me.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is
What is
a
it?
stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Really?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts, so I decided to have a go. We joked with Clorand some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, there you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. Well, a gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the Fortress's showroom.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijwin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Cheyun Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water.
Of course, I guess right.
The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
As they say in Liyue, a balance between work and play is sure to keep your troubles at bay.
Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once.
And how was it?
Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted, but now I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
Dear God. Ladle? Wow. Is that supposed to be like a water dragon? Of him? What a big ladle.
That's a ladle? I meant that it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
Like a Loch Ness?
That was indeed one of my inspirations.
It's amazing. The color also really matches your style.
Really? You like it? To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer.
Can I really
If
keep
you'll
this?
have it, that is.
You made it by hand and everything.
That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
Then I accept. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, and that reminds me. You pass along the advice for Nouvelette's vacation.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol.
Yeesh.
But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does in part originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I could have told you that. And is that it? And that's literally it.
Lantern Rite marks the start of the new year in Liyue.
Indeed.
In the spirit of the season, then, I wish you a year of success as vast and endless as the open ocean.
Right. So that's literally that's pretty much it. That's all. That's it. That's the last quest and last little event quest there. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Remember to comment, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please support my channel by clicking the subscribe button. And of course, if you enjoy all of my contents as well, just let me know in the comment section down as well. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the new video. And happy Lantern Rite!